Part 6. For reference, I worked at a small independently owned office as a receptionist. I've worked there for 5 years and it was my favorite job. Our boss was great, pay was good. I had friends there and benefits were amazing, and despite occasionally being yelled at over the phone, it was honestly the best job I've ever worked at. Then randomly at work we started to get prank calls. Now it's not totally unusual, but these ones would happen every day. It would usually be someone just screaming and then hanging up. We were instructed to wait for the other person to speak first during this. After a few days these prank calls did stop, but we kept getting calls from different people asking to talk to our boss, which was odd because rarely would we get this request. This happened multiple times a day for a few days. My boss usually sends these calls to voicemail as he's busy, so few days later, I'm about to leave when he asks if I can stay for a bit and talk to him in his office. I did, and this is where he showed me the voicemails and asked if I knew these people. They were all complaints about me. I didn't recognize any of the voices, so I said no. My boss assumed these weren't real, but to try and find out who these people might be. Because of this, when someone would call and ask to talk to our boss, we had to ask for a phone number and name. Some would provide it, some wouldn't. Eventually, this would happen every single hour, and again, all complaints about me. My boss decided to just send me home for a few days to see if the calls would end, which they didn't. A few days turned into a week, and then I got a call and was fired. From what my coworkers told me, the calls continued and my boss was just sick of it, as he would have to call back each time, and decided it was just easier to fire me. I suspect this was Angela and her friends doing this to try to get me fired, and they succeeded. During the week I was home, it was driving me crazy, as sometimes I would have to be home with my husband and all I wanted to do was just argue. Though no issues until I caught him stalking Angela's Instagram. He would sleep on the couch and I would sleep in the room. I caught him when I saw him on his phone from the hallway. I honestly was just tired from it all, so I did blow up at him. His excuse was he just wanted to check up on her. When I told him I was fired and that I suspected it was Angela, he basically called me crazy and said she would never do anything like that.